Hello and welcome to this week's newsletter from Oldbury Academy. I'm Gemma Tillotson, one of the assistant head teachers. The weather has certainly taken a turn for the worse this week, and as the nights get colder and darker, we understand that more people will be collecting their children from school. However, we have received some complaints from our neighbours and from other parents regarding parking outside school. If you could just make sure, please, that you don't use the pull-ins on entrance and exit to the car park, and you don't park around the pedestrian crossing or up on the pavement, that would be brilliant, please, just because it keeps all of our students safe and makes sure that that they're not put at risk. Our year 7 and 8 students have had road safety work done with them this week, so we're really keen to minimise the risk in any way that we can. Also, as part of that, if we can make sure that we're thinking about our community neighbours, so making sure we're not parking across driveways, for example, we'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Some of our students are incredibly talented in all manners of areas, and it's our job to nurture this. With this in mind, we really want to celebrate this week some of the work that's been done in the Creative Arts faculty. Our Key Stage 4 dancers have been performing their assessment pieces this week to our Key Stage 3 students, and it's been absolutely fabulous to see our younger students being inspired by the talents and the work of our older students. That's brilliant. In art, I'm always blown away by the talent of some of our children. It's certainly not a talent that I possess, but they are brilliant. I thought it'd be lovely to celebrate by showing you some of the artwork that our students create and have made, because it's absolutely wonderful. So hopefully you'll see some of those pieces in a moment. Aladdin rehearsals are in full swing. We've got 99 dancers, actors, singers, musicians and technical support students who are preparing for what will be our biggest performance yet. I've had a sneak peek at some of the rehearsals and they are going to be fabulous. It's going to be a fabulous show. It's really important, I think, for students to get involved in extracurricular clubs and activities, and I have sent out a list of all the clubs and activities, but we add to it each week and we change them. So please do encourage your child to seek out some opportunities within school, just to kind of take on board those extra opportunities to develop those talents and interests, maybe in something that they didn't know that they were interested in. You will have received a letter regarding our nut-free policy at Oldbury Academy. Again, we have some students who do have really severe nut allergies, and they can be triggered just by being close to someone who is eating nuts or nut products. So if you can make sure that your children do not bring those to school, please. And that includes things like Reese's, peanut butter, Nutella, pesto and obviously Snickers. So please do make sure that you're just taking that extra precaution. That would be fantastic. Similarly, if you could just check on EduLink and make sure that we have got 2 contacts for you, please. It is part of the government's kind of guidance, the DfE's guidance, that we have 2 contacts at least for all of our students in case there's an emergency and we need to get hold of somebody. We're not always available. Sometimes my mobile doesn't work in school and they might need to call someone else. Similarly, if your child has any medical conditions or allergies or needs, it's really important that those are updated for us so that we know how we can best help your child if they're unwell. You will have heard over the last few weeks a lot about attendance, and we like to reward our attendance because we are making huge strides. Children are attending and we have a lot to thank you for in your support for this. One thing that we always do is we do end of term rewards, and we've got our end of term reward coming up. I'm not going to tell you what the experience is, that's being shared with the children, but I want to make sure that as many children as possible are able to meet the criteria. And that is that they can't have more than 1 day of absence, they can't have more than 1 late to school, they can't have more than 2 behaviour points, and obviously no internal truancy or CSC or suspensions. So it is a really good way of rewarding the children who get it right at Oldbury Academy, and there are so many of them. Finally, some of our junior leadership team this week have been to Causeway Green to help out with an enterprise day. It's fantastic when we can go into our local primary schools and work with the younger students. Our students love it, and I know that the primary school children like having those older children to help them and to guide them. This week they were absolutely fantastic ambassadors of Oldbury Academy Enterprise, and I know that when they go back next week they will be the same. Our children do us proud on every trip that they ever go on. They really are fantastic. So that concludes the newsletter for this week. I do hope that you have a wonderful weekend, and we will see you or your children again next week. Thank you.